every time, I'm telling you, every time I start thinking about today's the day, I'm in a good mood, I have the energy, I'm gonna make videos, and it's this thing. Ugh, my voice is all like hoarse and raspy, like I've smoked 100 cigars. Okay, sorry, that was me being dramatic. What can I say? But I'm gonna move forward, onward, Christian soldiers, however you want to say it. I have had this burning desire to make videos, to vlog. I have a hard time with that word. It keeps wanting to come out blog, because I also vlog, but I want to vlog. I have been gone down the rabbit hole a number of times, watching folks who are 61 and over, or 60 and over, not 61 and over. I'm 61-ish. And who are older and doing YouTube videos and trying to build a channel and make a life, or live a life that's YouTube centered. I don't know. And then there's all the amazing experts out there. My favorite, Think Media. I mean, there's tons. You name it, they're there. Entrepreneurs galore, trying to help people build YouTube channels. And I've watched it all. And I mean, I've watched it all. If you know me, you know. I've watched it. If you're a human being walking the face of this earth right now, you know that there is information overload on every subject. The only person I haven't consulted about YouTubing at this point is ChatGPT or AI. I just didn't go there. And I just, after taking in all the information that I've taken in, I've struggled to find my place, or to figure out how could I do this thing? Because they're so niche centric, and I'm not really a niche centric kind of person. I have this quirky brain and this crazy personality, and I have varied hobbies and interests, and it just depends on my mood which one I'm going to pursue at the moment. But I still want to make videos. And you know, I've spent a lot of time thinking, and I don't want to give it up because I can't find a niche. I'm going to break the rules and do all the things they tell you not to do. I'm not trying to get a great big huge following and make money, or I mean, if that happens, I'll go along with it. I'm not going to turn that down, because look at my hair. I mean, it's a hot mess, and I'm short on time and money. So, I mean, I'm not going to turn that down. But okay, yeah, rabbit holes happening. So I just kind of, you know, marinated on the ideas over time, and I was listening to someone talk about legacy and talk about their reasons for vlogging. God, that's a hard word to say. For someone like me who's dyslexic and has some auditory discrimination issues when it comes to V's and B's, and then speaking them causes me difficulty as well. So bear with. Anyways, back on track. I started thinking about my grandchildren and how, because of life, we live in different states in the United States. Each of them, I have a granddaughter, a step-granddaughter in Northern California, which is, you know, a 4 or 5 hour flight. Can't think of the miles right now. And then a couple grandsons and a granddaughter in Ohio. Again, 4 hour flight. So I live in Texas, so I'm about in the middle, give or take a state or so. Probably closer to Ohio than California, maybe. I don't know. At least drive time wise. And I've gone to Ohio more in the last 2 years now that we've lived in Texas than I have to California. So how will I connect? How will I connect with them? I'm always thinking about that. How will I connect with them? And it's never easy to figure that out, especially when some relationships are strained at certain times. That even makes it more complex, more complicated. So the big, beautiful dream in my head is that I'll vlog and I'll talk about my day-to-day personal life. I'll talk about what's happening for me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I could talk about family history. I could share about some of my crafts and hobbies and the things that I find fascinating and interesting. And then someday when I'm long gone, they can search the tubes of you, as I like to call it, and find their grandmother blabbering on about stupid stuff, a living legacy, as you, if you will. Because I didn't get that with my grandparents. You know, I was between 11 and 13 years old when they both died on my maternal side. I was a little bit older on the paternal side when my grandparents passed. But my parents separated when I was between 7 and 8 years old. And after that point, I never really spent that much time with them. That's to say I didn't spend very much time with them in my lifetime from birth to 7 or 8 years old in the first place. And then the divorce even further separated me from my father's family and my father. And so I didn't have that foundation that I needed. I didn't have that knowing where I came from, that piece of identity, and knowing things about the people that I came from and their likes and their interests and their personalities and all those kinds of things. And I think that's a vital piece for us as humans, to know those kinds of things. I've watched countless finding lost family, adoptions, reunification stories. They're some of my favorite videos to watch on TV or YouTube or whatever. And it's always fascinating to me how those adoptees, what their experiences are and how they feel around those people. And I've had some of those experiences myself with family that I didn't really grow up with, but met as an adult in New Jersey. Some of my mom's family, some of her cousins' kids I met and have gotten to know, and feel this immediate connection with them and love them immediately, and all those things, and gave me some sense of self and identity, which is, as I may have said already, vital for us as humans. We need that. We need that identity connection, that identity piece for ourselves. It's important. And even though we don't think it is, and it could change the course of your life having that. And I know there's situations where you can't ever have that. It's not safe or an option. But if you can, you should. And if I do this, that my grandkids can. I mean, I have a granddaughter that's very young, and I perceive that I could live another 20 years. So she would have me into her 20s. But I think of the things that I needed to know from my grandparents in my 20s and 30s. And I don't have access to that. I didn't have access to that. So that's kind of my inspiration, my why, if you will, of why I want to vlog. It could be boring in the end. It could be completely entertaining because, you know, sometimes I'm the crazy aunt. Seriously, I've been called that by my nieces and nephews, and some friends who think of me as an aunt. So, you know, that's kind of the gist of it, of what I wanted to say to you. today for this first video, introducing me as a vlogger. If you find me entertaining, silly, crazy old me, please like and subscribe. And if you want to know when the crazy auntie is posting another video and ranting some ridiculous thing, then be sure to hit the notification bell so that you get a notification when I upload a new video. Now, having said that, if you've been around for a while, if you've been following me, then you know, or if you are landed on my channel and you see that I have lots of videos that have big, huge gaps in time in between recordings, then you know I sometimes take a long time before I get the next video up. But I mean to do better. I have a better plan. I have a better sense of, even though I don't care for this crazy hot mess hair and the extra chin pounds that have happened in the last 2 or 3 years, which has been honestly a deterrent from doing this because I don't like the way that I look on the camera. I'm not going to let that stop me anymore because I'm thinking about my grandbabies. They don't care. They don't care about that. I'm their nanny and they love me. So they'll love everything I do and everything I say. Their parents, on the other hand, may be completely and undeniably embarrassed by this. But do I care about that? No, I do not. I'm way past that. Thank you for children who had tantrums in the store and made everybody stare at me. Like I'm way past getting you being embarrassed by me, because the tables were turned, or have turned. I guess I should say the tables have turned. It's me embarrassing you now instead of you embarrassing me. Deal with it. If you've stayed this long, I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you found at least a second of this funny and entertaining, or you got some value. Ta-ta for now.